hope you're doing really well. Today I want to be making a video on irregular menstruation cycles and particularly polymenorrhea, or it's also called polymenia. So menorrhea is a term that's associated with abnormal or irregular periods. However, the term polymenorrhea specifically refers to frequent and irregular periods. So frequent meaning duration between one cycle and the other cycle is greatly reduced. It leads to excessive blood loss, and that could in turn lead to anemia, which is iron deficiency, fatigue, low hemoglobin levels, etc. So today we'll be looking at certain yogasanas that help with regularizing the menstrual cycle. So I'm going to be referring to this amazing book called Yoga, a Gem for Women by Geeta Iyengar. She happens to be one of my favorite authors. She's the daughter of BKS Iyengar. And for this particular issue, she suggests that we do a set or a series of forward bends as well as some sitting postures and some supine asanas. Supine meaning lying down on your back. So let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to be covering forward bends. And maybe in a sequel video, I will cover sitting and supine asana. So now, why are forward bends effective for these issues? So basically what happens when you bend forward is that you're giving a good abdominal massage to all the organs here. So you have all your important organs such as the pancreas, the spleen, the liver, your intestines, the stomach, the bladder, uterus. One of the reasons why this portion is called the core. So when we bend over, we create a good circulation for these organs. They activate and they perform at their peak potential. So this regularizes all of their functions. So whether it's digestive, support for the lower back, menstrual issues, reproductive problems, so it regularizes all of these. So let's start with the basic asana, which is a seated posture called the dandasana. The dandasana meaning the staff pose. So you just stretch your legs out straight, place your hands beside your hips, slightly behind the hips, and stretch the chest up. The chin is parallel to the floor. And as you sit in this posture, make sure that your head, neck, the back, and your hips are in one single line. It's as if you have a thread from the bottom part of you up to the ceiling. And that's holding you up. And stay in this posture, breathe normally, relax your shoulders. Some people tend to do this. Increase the tension on the shoulders, just keep the shoulders relaxed, press down on the ground and hold the posture, breathe normally. We'll hold this for about 10 counts. Keep the legs extended out, make sure the knees aren't bent. Have a pleasant face. Just enjoy the upright position of the spine. So then the asana usually helps us correct our posture and keep an erect spine. Now why is this important? So most of us, when we're working, especially on our laptops or in the workplace, we tend to sit with a slight hunchback, or even if you don't have a hunchback, you tend to sit, like this. You create a pressure by stacking these abdominal organs one on top of the other, which is why they say that a straight spine, an erect spine is a great posture because it keeps you healthy. Your lungs are open, which means your respiration is, close to optimum. The minute you cave your lungs, you're reducing the efficiency of the lungs to take in oxygen, and also you're creating a pressure on the abdominal organs. So although this is a very simple posture, it's good to do it, even 2-3 times a day, just to train your muscles and your spine to stay erect, to sit in erect position. Alright, let's move on. So the next posture is called Janu Shirshasana, in which you stretch out both the legs, come to Dandasana again, bend the right leg towards your groin, the heel is towards your groin, the left leg is extended out. Now gently, while keeping your back erect, move in towards the extended leg with your hands. So if you can reach your hands on the toes, that's great. If you can't, then reach to the shin and slowly extend the spine. Keep extending the spine and bring the abdomen closer and closer to the thigh. And keep extending, and if you can reach down, great. The sternum, the chest bone should rest on the thigh. Eventually, you rest completely on the thigh and bring your chin on the shin. Extend the hands out and then hold the wrist with one hand. And then hold your right wrist with the left hand. And rest here. Stay in this posture for about 20 to 30 seconds. Extend the elbows out such that the sides of your trunk elongates. And I can reach even further beyond my knee to rest my chin. Keep the back of the knee pressed of the extended leg. And keep the shoulders relaxed. You can even rest the elbows on the mat if you like. Breathe normally. The extended leg and the foot is active. The toes are pointing towards you and not away from you. Now gently come up, just as the way you got into the pose. So a lot of yoga teachers tend to pay emphasis on the breathing while they do the asanas, but personally I feel that the body knows how to breathe already. And however, there will be certain suggestions made, but feel free to allow your body, once you're doing the posture right, the body automatically corrects the breathing. Okay. So moving on, we do the same with the left leg. So extend your legs out again in Dandasana or the staff pose. Bend the left leg in towards your groin. And extend your hands towards your extended right leg. Okay. So not all of you may reach here, so it's absolutely okay if you cannot reach down completely to press your chin on the floor, but wherever you can reach, it provides the same effect because you're giving your best. So that's what your body is best capable of now, so you still get all the benefits of the asana. So stretch, stretch, stretch further. Rest your abdomen on the thigh, rest the sternum of the chest close to the knee, and then rest your chin on the shin. And hold your left wrist with your right hand this time. Stretch it out, extend the elbows, and elongate the sides of the trunk. Stay in this posture for another 10 seconds. Breathe normally. Do not hold your breath at any point while doing yoga. Relax your shoulders and gently release. Okay, so next up we're going to do Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. In this again, let's come to Dandasana. You're going to fold your right leg and bring the heel towards the bone you can feel on your pelvis. So between your pelvis bone and the center, you have a certain gap. So you fix your heel over here. I hope you can see it. Probably when I'm doing it on the other leg, I'll face the camera this way. So once you fix your leg here, bring this knee, the folded knee, as close to the extended knee as possible. And once you're in this posture, fix this knee closer towards the mat. And again, we stretch forward to hold on to the extended leg. So this is Ardha Paschimottanasana. It gives a great massage to your abdominal organs. You might find it a little uncomfortable as the bones of the ankle press against your thigh and the abdomen,
but then this is what creates a nice self-massage. So stay here and enjoy the sweet pain. Let's hold for another 5 seconds as we breathe normally. Inhale, and as you exhale, you can gently come up. Inhale and come up. Okay. Let's repeat the same on the other side. So this time I'll just face the camera. So now bend the left leg and I fix my heel into my thigh, into the root of my thigh. The extended leg, remember, always stays active. So you always have the toes either at least pointing upward to the ceiling or pointing towards yourself. While you do this, now extend. Exhale and extend down. Press your chest bone or your sternum, the bone that holds the chest together. This should rest close to your knee. And then place the shin, your lips and nose onto the shin. Extending the elbows out always helps in bending further down. And relax the shoulders. Let's stay here for another 10 seconds. I know it could be painful, just hold on. Just learn to enjoy that sweet pain. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, gently come up. Now, not everybody can reach to place the chin and the lips on the shin right away. So like I said earlier, it's absolutely okay if you hold this here, bring the knee as close to the extended knee as possible, and then just bend over to wherever you can reach. Even if you can hold your hands towards your ankle, it's absolutely fine. Just make sure that the spine is straight. While you're bending forward, there should always be a concavity in the spine. So many people with backaches are not able to bend forward, or the doctors tell them to avoid bending forward. And the reason why forward bends cause pain in the back is because many people tend to forward bend like this. So they create a very convex back while they bend forward. That's not the right way. So you need to bend from the hips. So when I'm bending from the hips, that's why the initial pose we do is dandasana, where we already create a concave back. So when you're bending forward, always bend with a concave back. And the way to do that is first have the chest reach down forward rather than taking the head down forward. So every time you go like this, then you already have a concave back. Alright, the next asana that we're going to be doing is Mukha Paschimottasana. So let's come to Dandasana again. Get your posture correct, spine erect. Now bend your right leg, hold the ankle and place it beside your hip. Alright, the knees remain together, and as you can see, this is an open face of the back of my foot. This is how you want it to be. You don't want hip to be sitting on your foot, right? It should be right beside it. And again, we bend forward the same way. Keep a concave back, bend forward and reach out to the extended leg. Same way, the abdomen rests on the thigh, the lips rest on the chin. Now, although all of these are forward bends, but you feel a slight difference in the usage of the muscles. Every time you change the leg position, this also is great for the hamstrings, for the calves, for the entire leg as well. It gives a good stretch, as you might be feeling one now in your extended leg. Now let's hold it for another 5 counts. So 5, 4, 3, you're doing great. And as you inhale, gently come up. Okay, let's repeat the same on the other leg. Again, I do it this way, facing the camera. So I bend the left leg this time and and place it right beside my hip. Keep the knees together and bend forward. So bend forward slowly and steadily. Every time you bend forward, so you can take your time. So inhale, and every exhale bend forward by a few inches. Inhale again and exhale down. Inhale, exhale down, and inhale, exhale even further. So it's absolutely okay if you can hold your foot just like this, or if you can just hold your shin without bending as much. But the complete or the final asana is when you hold your wrist on the underside of your foot. So let's stay here for a good 10 counts and breathe normally. So initially you may not be able to stay for these many counts, like I'm doing a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds for each side, for each asana. So initially you may be just able to hold it for a couple of seconds, which is absolutely okay. But the longer you stay in the asana, the better the effect. Just come up gently, inhale. Do not stay in the asana while holding the wrong posture, just because you want to stay for long. Because then you're damaging the alignment of the posture. Alright, gently release. And let's look at the next asana. The next asana we'll be doing is Marichi Asana 1. So Marichi was a great sage. In fact, he was the son of the creator, that is Brahma in the Hindu mythology. And he is also the grandfather of the sun god, or the Surya Devta. Just a little trivia there. Now, I'm going to bend my right leg to face the ceiling, just like that. And bring the heel as close to possible towards my groin. And then bend forward such that your shoulder gets locked with the shin. Alright? So you almost try to reach the extended leg, and make sure there is a lock that happens between the shoulder and the shin. And then I want you to encircle this leg with your right hand. So there should be no gap between my armpit and the shin. Now for many people, it's difficult to rotate the hand like this, and it comes with practice. Some people also use momentum to do this. So when you use momentum, so you use speed or force to come and then use your left hand to hold the right wrist and bend down. Keep the extended leg active as usual. Exhale and bend down a couple of inches. Now inhale here. Exhale, again bend down a couple of inches. Inhale again and again exhale until you reach the shin. Ideally, you want the lips and the nose to be touching a little ahead of the knee. And let's hold this for another 5 counts. This is a slightly advanced asana, so don't be disheartened if you don't get it right the first time. Even I'm doing this after enough practice. I didn't get it right the first time. And gently come up. Release. And you can extend the leg. Let me just turn to the other side, show you the other leg. Also, what you could do is you could use a pad like this, or you could use a blanket that's folded to keep it for support below this hip, because there's usually a little bit of space that's created. You will see it now. So I'm going to bend my left leg this time, bring the heel closer towards my groin, bend forward, try to reach out to the extended leg. Again, create that lock between the shoulder and the shin. And encircle. Encircle. Take the other hand behind your back and use the right hand to hold the left wrist. Bend over. Like I said, inhale deeply. And exhale, go a few inches down. Inhale deeply and exhale, get down.
and press it down on the ground. So this is the gap I was saying that's created. So you could use a pad like this, just support your hip. So in fact this pad, the thickness is less for me. So you can use a blanket for the amount of space that's created here, so that both hips feel nicely rested. Alright, just 3 more seconds. And
Inhale and release as you come up. I'm going to read out what this section of asanas is really effective for. They help the digestive system, they tone and massage the organs of the digestive system, such as the stomach, liver, spleen, intestine, pancreas, gallbladder. Therefore, they're useful in counteracting flatulence, constipation, excessive bile, diabetes and obesity. Alright, they strengthen the urinary system and it corrects the functioning of the bladder. Now many women, after they give birth, especially if they've had multiple births, then the uterus tends to sag downwards and all the internal organs and the muscles of the abdomen become weakened. Now these asanas help strengthen and bring them back to normal. They also help check excessive menstrual discharge. They strengthen and exercise the entire back, which you may have felt from the lumbar to the thoracic and the cervical region, and they're good for relieving neck troubles as well. They're useful in cases of high blood pressure. They soothe the nerves and exercise a calming effect on the mind. The next asana is one of my favorites. It's called Paschimottanasana. Again, a simple one, but it's just beautiful because it brings so much relaxation to the mind, and it really helps you focus inward, right? And you'll see why I'm saying that. Okay, so let's sit in Dandasana. And again, just stretch your arms out to reach your feet. Now both your extended feet, you can reach wherever possible. So if this is your max, then just hold on to the ankles and bend forward. Keep bending forward with every exhalation, such that your abdomens keep pressing against the thigh. Okay, in fact, if you're able to hold your feet, great. So even when you're at this posture, you should concave the back and you will feel the abdominal organs slightly shift upward towards the chest. And this is what you should be aiming at. Okay, you don't want to leave the abdominal organs completely loose, and this only happens if your spine is not straight. And then you don't want to be compressing them, right? You don't want to be contracting them. So do this, keep a concavity of the back, take the abdominal organs up towards the diaphragm and bend over as you exhale. Keep bending over. Now here, it could be challenging to hold your wrist. So what I do is, you bend your knees a little bit, hold the wrist, right? Or you can even bring your legs closer, hold the wrist, or just hold your fingers, keep them interlock, or hold your fingers how it's comfortable, and then extend or push your hands, right? And then straighten the legs. Get a good stretch. Very good stretch in your hamstring, your calf muscles, the back of your knee, the trunk, the sides of the trunk, your lower back, your hips, your arms, all of it is working here. And the reason that I say that it helps you focus inward is because in this posture you're not distracted by anything externally. Relax the shoulders, and again the same tip, as you extend the elbows out, you can pull your legs in hand and give that extension in the trunk. Stay here for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Come up halfway, and then gently come back up to Dandasana. Alright, enjoyed that. Moving on. Right, so the next asana we're going to be doing is called Parivritta Janu Shirshasana. So if you remember the Janu Shirshasana which we did, where you fold your leg to the groin, stretch out and hold the extended foot. Now this is Parivritta, which means, the term Parivritta means twisted. So we're going to be doing the same posture in a twisted fashion. Alright, where we're going to be providing a twist to the entire trunk region. Alright, let's see how we do that. So again, come to the asana. Okay, I'm going to fold my right leg towards my groin. The heel is coming towards my groin. I'm extending the left leg out, sideward. Alright. And then I'm going to be bending sideways to the extended leg. So I'm going to rest my elbow first. I'm going to rotate my wrist and hold my feet this way. Okay, I'm not holding it like this. I'm holding it like this. And then you stretch out. So first aim to just get your hand up to the ceiling and get a nice extension on the side of your trunk. Alright, and then keep extending the hand sidewards and up. So you will feel a single stretch right from your hip to your fingers. Okay, feel that nice stretch. Bend over. Keep bending over with every exhalation. Right? This is the complete posture of Parivritta Janu Shirshasana. Make sure at all times this knee is rested on the mat and it doesn't come up like that. Right? And it's absolutely okay if you can just go until here. So just make sure you're stretching completely. Okay, and in the final posture, make sure that your chest is facing up almost towards the ceiling. Especially the right side of your chest is facing up towards the ceiling, and the chest in general is at least facing forward. So you're not doing this, right? Not bending towards the mat or the ground. Because then you're not achieving a twist for the trunk. Inhale and come up the same way that you went into the posture. This is really important that you come up same way that you went into the posture, because if we suddenly come out of the posture, then there might be a jerk or a catch, and then you're forbidden from doing your practice for the next couple of days. Alright. So again, from Dandasana, I take my left leg towards myself, extend the right leg outward, move to the side. Yes. Lock this knee onto the ground, and my left elbow is reaching the ground just in front of my knee. I rotate my wrist and I hold such that my thumb is on top of my foot. The rest of the fingers are encircling my foot this way, and then I twist my trunk and extend my hand up to the sky. Extend, stretch, stretch, stretch. Feel that nice stretch. Feel a single stretch again from your hip till your fingers, and with every exhalation bend over. Bend over, reach for your foot. So you're doing it right when your bicep is touching your ear. So if you're doing it this way, then your bicep is not touching your ear, or you're bending more towards the mat. So if your bicep is behind or touching your ear, then your chest is facing the ceiling. So let's stay here for another 8 counts. 8, 7, breathe normally. 6, 5, 4. If you wish, you can just release and stretch this way. And 2, 1, gently come up. Alright, so this was Parivritta Janu Shirshasana. Now let's look at the next posture, which is Baddha Konasana, or the butterfly pose. Right. Now for Baddha Konasana, we fold both the feet and bring it close together. You're almost doing a namaste with your feet, and then you interlock your fingers. You hold your fingers on the underside of the feet and you press down the knees onto the mat. As you press down, so you can use your
elbows to press down. If you can't bring the heels as close to your pelvis as possible, you can always keep a little gap, stretch it out, but constantly try to move it in. Okay, and when you interlock your fingers to your feet, press the mat such that you extend and erect your spine, and there's also a slight concavity because you take your shoulders back. So you don't want your shoulders drooping like this. You want to take the shoulders back and press the thighs down as much as possible. So this is Baddha Konasana, and you can also do a butterfly flip so as to increase the hip flexors. So you could do this, or you could just flap your thighs together. This is also a great posture to do during menstruation or during your periods. It really relieves the cramps and eases out the bloating sensation. Alright, let's hold it here for about 5 counts. Keep pressing down, keep pressing the thighs down. You want to open up those hips. You're going to feel a slight stretch and pain here. And keep holding on to that. Breathe normally. Always remember to breathe normally. Keep a pleasant face. Now this is not the final posture, so this is more like the preparation to the Baddha Konasana, while we're stretching out the hips or loosening up, opening up the hip flexors. The complete posture of Baddha Konasana would be to bend forward, press your elbows onto the thighs, and bend forward such that your chest touches your feet almost.
And then your head, if possible, touches the ground.
So let me show this sidewards. So initially you may not be able to bend forward as much, but just do your best. So you may be able to just go until here or go a little more further. So I'm going to be locking my feet, using my elbows to press down on my thighs, and I'm going to be bending forward. Try to keep the concavity of the back. Don't put the head down first. If you can see me putting my chest down first. Exhale, exhale, exhale as you bend forward. Exhale down.
And you can rest your forehead or your chin on the mat. And stay here for a good 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yes, I know those hips, the pelvis region, the joint is hurting. Another 2 more counts. And 1.
Gently come up and release. Yeah, I know, you can feel it here, right? Okay, so moving on. We have Supta Baddha Konasana. So this is a really nice restorative posture. You could do it almost at the end of every yoga practice, just before your Shavasana. Super relaxing. So I'll show you there are a couple of ways to do this. I come to Baddha Konasana and then gently recline back with my elbows reaching first, and then rest of my back. You'll feel the natural curvature of the spine. Make sure your upper back and your shoulder blades are completely rested onto the mat, and you extend your hands up. Biceps beside the ear, your hands extended out. So if possible, bring your feet closer to the pelvis. And you can stay here for a good 5 minutes. Which is why it's called a restorative or a relaxing asana. Breathe normally. Notice how your chest is extended and you're breathing to 100% capacity of your lungs. Relax for another 5 more counts. bring your elbows again to rest on the mat. Bring it beside your trunk. Use the elbows to come up gently. And release. So a nicer way to do this asana would be to use a few props. So I have this yoga belt here with me. I also have this bolster, or you, instead of the bolster, if you don't have one, you could use 2 pillows which are not too soft, which is slightly hard. And you may want to use a block, or you could even use a couple of blankets here, like, you know, a folded blanket. So what this does, the belt does, is it holds your hips and your feet together in place. So you know, it really helps, you know, ease that tension of you wanting to keep the feet back towards you. So this does the work. You could even use a regular belt, or you know, even a long piece of cloth, or a stole, a long stole if you have. So I've made a loop and I put it around my waist. Now bring it really low on your waist, just above your tailbone or your sacrum. And then the same loop, I'm going to put it around my feet. So this is the loop, and I'm just putting it around my feet. Okay, and I'm going to tighten this belt. So here, I'm going to tighten this belt. You know, make sure it's really tight. And this here is low. And then I'm going to recline back. Okay, so there should be no space between your hips and the pillows or the bolster. And same way, just gently recline back. So what this does is, it brings your chest way more higher, and it opens up your lungs completely. But it also relaxes your hips because there's a support for it. And just extend your hands out and relax in this asana. Okay, so if you wish, you could keep this, or if you want your neck to be in the same line as your back, you could even skip that. So again, I just continued with this asana because this is Supta Baddhakonasana, so it just makes sense to do it after we did the butterfly pose or the Baddhakonasana itself. But I would urge you to do this towards the end of your practice. Especially this variation with the props, it's really, really relaxing. Okay, so gently come up and release the loop and take it off. So continuing, the next asana on the list is Upavishta Konasana. So Upavishta Konasana would require you to come again in Dandasana and spread your legs out to what is your max. So create the widest angle possible between your pelvis, and of course it's different for everyone depending on your flexibility. Once you've reached your max, then you move in. So you keep the heels fixed, okay? You use your palms and move in to increase the angle slightly more, and you keep it pressed. And then we bend forward, first the chest down, and try to reach for the feet. So you try to reach for your toes, but again, absolutely okay if you just reach for your shin or your ankle, right? So I'm going to reach for my toes and bend over. Keep the concavity of your back. Keep exhaling as you go down, inch by inch. It's absolutely okay if you're right here. Just hold this posture and keep the stay. Those of you who can, just reach down further such that your chest first reaches the ground and then your chin or your forehead. And hold. Let's just hold this for 10 seconds. 10, 9. You feel a fantastic extension in the inner thighs
the inner calf muscles, even your inner knee, right? And relax into the posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come up, inch by inch, and release. Bring your feet together and come back to the asana. Release the tension in your legs a little bit by wriggling it up and down, and relax. Now, the next posture we're going to be doing is called Kurmasana. It resembles a tortoise, so it's called the tortoise pose as well. This is going to be an extreme forward bend. It's actually an advanced asana. So please be cautious while you practice it. Alright. So for this, I'm going to be extending my legs out. The knees are slightly bent. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Not much, say about 2 feet. So if you're doing it on your mat, the mat is usually 2 feet wide. So you can keep it like this. Okay. And make sure that then as we get into the final posture, I don't want your legs to be way wider. So it's going to be as close to 2 feet as possible. Maybe slightly out is alright. So you'll see what I mean as we get into the posture. Now bend forward, bring your abdomen in between your pelvis. As you can see, my shoulders are in between both my knees. I keep bending forward and I keep creating space for my pelvis. Okay, if I want to show it from forward, yeah, I think this angle is better. So I bring my shoulders again in between my knees and keep making space for my abdomen here between the pelvis. It shouldn't get compressed. Yeah, and then I go lower and I try to reach my hands sideward while I use my knees to press down on my shoulders and extend my legs. So this is the final posture, and as you can see, I might be resembling a tortoise as of now. Usually the knees stay up like this, but keep using your knees to press down. Okay, you won't be able to hold this posture for long, so we just hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And gently come out of it by pushing the knees up, releasing your hands, and gently coming up. So this is Kurmasana, which is a slightly advanced posture. So I wouldn't recommend that you have to do this, but it's fun to give it a try. So you could probably just, at least reach here, right? And just try to move your hands and feet as much as possible. Even this is good. Keep ensuring that your spine doesn't convex like this and it's always concave. Just by keeping your neck up, spine is erect. Alright? I hope you enjoyed this practice, and so like I said, I will be doing a sequel to this video which will be covering a few more sitting asanas and supine postures. But before we leave, the last few asanas that we did, that is after Paschimottanasana, the effects of those asanas are as follows. So all of these asanas are extremely beneficial for women, those who have menstrual problems. And these asanas help regulate the menstrual cycle, and any disorders are corrected. These asanas also tone the abdominal organs. They prevent accumulation of fat in this region, especially the lower abdomen, and they assist in more efficient functioning of the excretory system. So anybody with constipation issues as well serve really good. They strengthen the spine, the muscular system of the lower back and the waist, and they relieve one from backache and any tendencies of rheumatism. All of these asanas should be practiced regularly, and gradually their duration should be increased. They have a soothing and relaxing effect on the brain. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this session and see you soon. Bye-bye.